Welcome, WrestlingFix.com. Tim Ash here at San Diego Comic-Con 2011 with Bill Miekina. Bill, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's been a big show so far. We've had a lot of excitement. Our panel was particularly memorable. I think you'll all agree.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And
some exciting new product reveals for everyone.
we're sitting down because you're wore out. I know you are.
Yeah, it's there's a lot to do, a lot to see. So yeah, my feet are a little hurting.
All right, let's talk a little bit about your background. A lot of people want to know, where did Bill Miekina come from? Tell us a little bit about your background, how you got involved doing some stuff with Mattel and these products with the WWE license line.
Sure, I've been a fan of WWE since just before WrestleMania 2, and I've been a collector of wrestling figures, like hardcore collector, since '94. So I've always loved this stuff, and I've always, I've known about all the brands that have come before, dating back to even the old AWA figures from Remco. So I've always been a fan of the product, and then I was just got out of college. I started doing pharmacy management, which really, about a year in, I realized that's not what I wanted to do.
So it sucked?
Yeah, So I decided I had some artistic ability. I should probably develop to see if I can get into toy design. And the two products I always wanted to design were Marvel superhero figures and WWF/WWE action figures. So I sent out resumes, and they were rejected. But I asked, I really want to do this. What do I need to do to make sure it all work out? And they said there was a school in New York called Fashion Institute of Technology. They have a toy design department. And so I applied and went there and graduated 2003. And I bumped around some jobs with toy invention groups in Chicago, which is where I'm based, originally from. And in 2008, my friend invited me out to Comic-Con, and I could share a hotel room with him. I'm like, yeah, sure, I've never gone. I've always heard about it. I want to see it. So I flew out there, and in the Mattel booth, there was this big purple poster saying designers wanted ringside, And it said, we're looking for people to work on the hot new license. We're looking for fans of toy designers who are fans of WWE. And I looked at the poster. I'm like, I'm both of those. I should really apply for this job as soon as I get back. So it's like the day I got back, I called and I said, yeah, are you still hiring for that poster? And they're like, yeah. So okay, I'm sending in a resume. And about a week later, I got called to come for an interview. And I did the interview. And about 3 weeks later, I got a call saying, hey, we'd like you to come out to California and work on the brand. So my whole reason I'm at Mattel designing for WWE is because of San Diego Comic-Con.
Wow, so it's kind of come full circle for you.
Full circle. I mean, and then, in 2008, I was an attendee at San Diego Comic-Con. In 2010, last year, I was a panelist. So that's, strange how life works sometimes, but it's worked out pretty well so far.
Well, what is your favorite design right now? I mean, since you've gotten into this, you guys have designed some creative things for San Diego Comic-Con. Now, this is not going to be for sale. This is just for your guys' idea for Comic-Con, kind of tying wrestling into Comic-Con and the superhero factor. What is your favorite piece that you've done so far, either via WWE product or the Comic-Con series that you have here?
I really enjoyed making my Rey Mysterio Rumble custom Doink Mysterio. I thought I'd combine, Rey Mysterio with a classic character from the past, and put a lot of work into getting the cloth coat just perfect, the wig, the paint job. But if you look in these cases, every one of them is just phenomenal.
I think my two favorite is Doink, and I like the Jason the Friday one's pretty good.
Yeah, it's amazing because these are done by about half were done by people from Mattel and half were from WWE.
Oh, wow.
And we got the WWE ones in first, and we were opening the packages, and each one was more spectacular than last. I'm like, oh my God! In terms of talk about setting the bar. I was already working on my Doink, but after seeing them come in, I'm like, oh, I can't do a half-ass Doink. This has got to be full throttle Doink. Yeah. So
tell me a little bit about the new products. What do you see that's your favorite piece that you come out? I know you went down. You were very excited about signing on the Macho Man, and then that happened, and you got the Macho Man signed, and then he passed away, of course. And then now you all made the announcement that you got Bret Hart, and I know that's pretty true to you. You love the Bret Hart figure, is that correct?
Yeah, I always loved that '97 era of the Hart Foundation, and I loved when they all came out with the jackets with the Hart Foundation on the back with their names. I just thought they all looked so badass. So when we signed Brett, and it was like the first figure we were going to launch into Defining Moments, so it was like, I knew like that's the one I wanted to do first, and I thought it was also because you came out with the Canadian flag. Right. He was world champ at the time. All the accessories fell into place. So like that's what I want to do. And then yesterday at the panel, like Bret Hart was actually talking about, it was his favorite area in his career. So he was glad the figure, that's the one they started with. And I was like, I felt like really great because like I thought my instincts would be correct in this. And then when the man himself says that this is among his defining moment, I'm like, you
nailed it.
I was like, yes, I nailed it. It's like I felt good, Yeah, I think we did. I think the figure. I'm really proud of how that came out. There was a lot of work getting all the deco correct and all the details, and making sure when the stripes along the side they all match up because they have to like link all the tampos together to get it to match perfectly. And there's a lot of work doing that. But when you see it, I think it. I hope people are as happy with it as I am.
Well, I think people are happy with the figure itself. I think they love the Canadian flag. I think they love my noticeable thing right off the bat was the glasses because they are reflective, and I don't think we've ever had really reflective glasses on any other figure before. So that's pretty cool. The only thing I think that there was an issue with was the belt because the timing was not, he didn't have the belt at the time.
Of the pay-per-view?
I don't know if it was a pay-per-view or if it's just when he came out as a Canadian, as when he turned heel. I don't think he had the title at that time. I think that's what's throwing a lot of people off. I thought it was a great accessory to have the belt, but I think they were kind of like, okay, when he came out and he turned, he didn't have the title at the time, basically.
Well, it's from the Canadian Stampede pay-per-view. I believe he was actually the champ at that point. I'm not sure if he actually came out with the belt during that pay-per-view, but we knew we wanted to include that belt, a nice VUM version of that belt that collectors would want. So that's when this is the SKU where we can include it,
And I think you're right too. I think he was champion at the Stampede.
Yeah, I mean, usually I try to be like 100% accurate with everything, but like on the cases where for better or worse, I choose not to, like the yellow belt on the Warrior. Right. I think it's because I want to make the figure more interesting. Right. So I mean, that was the call. I mean, I know there's some people aren't happy with it, but I think I like the fact that Warrior comes with a yellow back belt.
Well, I like the fact that he actually comes, you got Bret Hart with a title. I mean, Bret Hart, when you remember Bret Hart, you remember him as either a WWE Tag Team Champion or the World Heavyweight Champion at the time. That's how you remember Bret, because he was the best that there was, and there is, and there ever will be, of course, is saying. But, I think it's a great added piece with the jacket, with the flag, with the reflective glasses, and the title. I mean, I don't see why people are going to complain about it, but I had heard some rumors that, hey, maybe he didn't have the title at the time. Why'd they put the title on that outfit with the Canadian flag, that kind of situation.
I don't know. I mean, you can't please everyone, but I think hopefully like 95% of the people are pleased with the figure, and the other 5% will just, I don't know, try again.
Like it? Yeah. All right, one last question, just because we're here at Comic-Con. Out of everything that's here and everything that you've seen, what is your favorite piece out of everything here? I mean, are you a big comic book fan, or are you a big, Four Horsemen fan? What if you could have one item in this whole Comic-Con, what would it be?
I want a Stay Puft Marshmallow, man. I can't even get a hand on one. They're gone. I work for the company. I can't get one. So.
Wow. They went the first day, right?
That's a hot ticket. So, oh well.
Well, Bill, thanks. You've always been insightful, man. We appreciate it. Thanks for having us out here, and I hope your Comic-Con goes great for the rest of the week.
I will. Thank you very much, everyone.